191 for 5. Simply a sensational effort from the India team as they have put the West Indies bowlers to the sword in the fourth T20I at Fort Lauderdale in Florida. Rishabh Pant once again showed why he is the X factor, and that is why you saw an audacious knock from him. Samson was simply magnificent, and he chipped in towards the end along with Akshar Patel. His 20 of 8 ensured that India have a very, very good total on a pitch which, if you hit the hard lengths, is doing a fair bit for the bowling. Now, the day started off on a very chaotic note. There was a wet outfield because of heavy overnight rain, and that is why the start and the toss was delayed. However, after a half an hour to 45-minute rain delay, the toss happened. Windies chose to bowl, looking to exploit the overnight moisture that was under the pitch. But sadly, that did not happen. Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav once again were in fine form. Rohit in particular looked to be really, really aggressive. He hit a 6 of Akil Hussain and one thought that perhaps this is Rohit's day. But he was unfortunately dismissed for a very aggressive 33, and that is why Rohit Sharma would feel that he had a lot more to give. Surya Kumar Yadav was strapped LBW, and one felt that India's innings would slow down because they were scoring at a run rate of close to 10 per over. But Deepak Hooda and Rishabh Pant ensure was simply magnificent. They bided their time and they waited for the fast bowlers to ensure that they could not dictate terms to them. So what happened in that? Pant and Hooda took their time, but it was their assault against Obed McCoy. Remember, Obed McCoy in the previous T20Is had taken 6 wickets. Now here he was put to the sword by the Indian top order, and that will give them plenty of confidence considering that left arm pace has always been an Achilles heel for the Indian batters for the last couple of years. So Obed McCoy was hit for 25 runs in his first over, and that is when we felt that India really had overcome some major issues in their batting when it came to left arm pace. Rishabh Pant in particular, some audacious strokes, and so that knock along with Deepak Hooda gave them a solid base. But Hooda unfortunately fell as he tried to chip a slow short ball and a catch was taken at backward point. However, the starting impetus, Rishabh Pant yet again could have hit a 50 but missed out on the opportunity. On the other hand, Samson bade his time and he also ensured that he got some vital runs in. Akshar Patel entered the innings with a flourish, and 191 for 5 is what India have ended with in the 4th T20I at Fort Lauderdale. Now, the highest successful chase at this venue was actually going to be 246, but India fell short by 1 run in that first match in 2016. India have won 2 and have lost 1 in the 4 ODI, in the 4 T20As that have taken place in Lauderdale. So, and Shane is here after giving an update.
My God, there is so much. The day just doesn't stop because that's the wonderful thing. I think there's so much sporting action going on that we actually had to be debating who gets the phone first.
Yes.
That's the situation when it comes to what all is happening.
Ron Weasley, I absolutely agree. That punch shot of Obed McCoy, only he can play. It was extraordinary indeed. That is why you would want to persist with Rishabh Pant because he plays those kind of aggressive strokes, and that is why, okay, it may fail 7 out of 10 times. But if it comes off 3 out of 10 times, it is really, really fantastic. So what did Deepak Hooda do? I mean, yeah, Deepak struggled today, but unlike if Shreyas played this way, you would have said he slowed the innings. Lakshay Sakuja, I agree. Today, it was Deepak Hooda who did not enjoy a good run. He was kind of bogged down by those slow cutters that was bowled at the back of a lane by most of the West Indies pacers. Cramped him for room, couldn't get going, and that's why he played that shot which resulted in dismissal. And yes, Pradeep Srivalsan, I finally got a score prediction. Shane, if you don't know, I had predicted 191, and that is exactly what they have gotten. So 6 months of trying, I finally get my one score prediction
finally got that. And there was some commentary was saying that Sanju Samson should open. It's Kishore Chaudhary. You know what? I actually do agree with that.
Yes.
Why would you want to promote a specialist number 4 to the top of the order and have a specialist opener batting number 4?
So
what is the logic?
That is what I said. Is figuring out the Indian batting or playing chess the most difficult thing on the planet right now?
I just don't understand the logic here.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, again, look, either you get Sanju at number 3, which is what he's batted often in the Rajasthan Royals.
Or you open him, sir.
But again, with Surya doing well in the third T20I, now he's widened that problem of plenty now.
But they didn't need to widen that problem of plenty, if you ask me.
Well, if it's like they say, no, if it's in the case of extremes, I will carry the whole world on my shoulders, otherwise I'll not carry it at all. That is the case that is happening with India at this point in time.
Absolutely.
Too many connotations and one big blow, by the way.
And changing.
One big blow, by the way, yes, it is confirmed that Harshal Patel will not be part of the Asia Cup because he suffered a side strain injury. But I think the injury is much more severe than that. Hope he's fit for the World T20.
Yeah, because if you go by at least the initial media reports that are out there, you can check those out. It seems likely that not only is he going to miss the T20, not only the Asia Cup, but potentially could be a risk for the T20I World Cup as well. So it's a big blow, considering I was talking about this on AajTak as well, is that you pretty much had him locked in as your third pace option.
Yeah.
Bhuvi, Bumrah and him look like your set trio.
Yes.
And out of nowhere now one injury comes and you're having to readjust your plans all over again.
Well, that opens the door for Shami, and it also probably opens the door up for Arshdeep.
Arshdeep and Avesh, I think. Because I would want to see Shami there, but I don't think they see Shami as being part of the T20 scheme of things at present. Unless, of course, they change their mind, which, let's face facts, is very much a possibility.
Very much a possibility. And look, the Asia Cup now and the squad is likely to be announced on 8th of August.
Yeah, because of course you have to remember these are international tournaments. It's not being organized by the BCCI, so there are deadlines that have to be adhered to, and that's exactly what
Yes.
Just why you'll see the squad by that point in time.
Yep. Kushal Khurana is saying like Huda played well against Ireland, and I think he's got okay. I mean, at least. Okay, Kushal, I mean, see, he did have one bad day, but in the ODIs, don't forget, it was Deepak Huda who actually helped India get past to a total of 300 in partnership with Akshar Patel. So, blaming Huda, and again, I will say one more thing, okay? The squad that was picked for the Zimbabwe series, 99% of them are not making the trip to the World T20 in Australia. The one person could be the likes of Deepak Huda or one more person, but I don't see them making the trip. So that is, and what is
super chat.
Let's be in Sanju's shoes and think, is it better to sit on the bench and wait for number 1 or play whenever in the 11? If I'm Sanju, I will play anywhere.
The problem with playing anywhere, of course, and see, Sanju is someone who can bat anywhere in the order. You can bat him as an opener, 3-4. But honestly, right now, why it is we are saying that he should be opening in this particular match, at least, is that you don't actually have a second specialist opener.
Yes.
And you're batting him at number 4, and to keep him at number 4, you are putting your established number 4 at the top of the order.
Yep.
How does that make any sense?
So, look, you've had 2 experiments. Number 1, you opened with Pant. Okay? And now you're opened with Surya.
And the Pant experiment barely lasted. I think he's done about 1 or 2 games?
Just about 3 games. If memory serves me right, just 3 games.
So, what even was that experiment?
What was that experiment? Yeah. So, either you're like a mad scientist doing a Frankensteinian experiment by which you want Frankenstein to be totally destructive, or that Frankenstein is going to come apart into bits and pieces. That's what's going to happen. No pun intended on Ravindra Jadeja, but that's how it is. So, is it news true that it has communicated to Shami that he's not been considered Pradeep Srivalsan? We haven't gotten any confirmation as of yet.
Yeah.
But if there are reports, maybe, but we are not sure about it yet. Guys, what is Surya opening is that KL is injured again. BCCI does the last moment. Asia Cup squad will be surprises.
I don't see surprises as of yet. I don't think, because I think at this point, if there is some surprise, well, then you're in the same conundrum that you found yourself in 2021.
I will be surprised still. Even whatever team they pick, that'll be a surprise. Wow, you're finally going to play with your core. If that happens.
If it happens.
If it is continuation of the experiment right until October 23rd, then boss, go ahead and do it, because the team needs to decide until the last moment. So perhaps that can also happen. But oh God, if they play with their core, I will lose my mind.
And the match has gotten underway now. By the way.
Yes. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us. And don't forget, more Commonwealth Games action is upon us. Medal-filled, action-packed day. And tomorrow promises no less to be different.
Of course. Lots and lots of medals potentially could be coming our way. And of course, we will be here in office. We'll be tracking it with you guys. So stay tuned. Lots of action still to come. What even is sleep?
Yes. So download the AajTak app and check out their website for all the latest news and analysis on the Commonwealth Games. Thank you. Bye-bye. Vanakkam.